So that started a new direction for me. I was performing in big places. I was actually touring with stars. I was traveling with Randy Travis and Kenny Rogers and Cher and Joan Rivers, a lot of different people. And Joan, people think, oh, what was she like? She was actually great. Joan was so great, because people wonder about, now, what would she be like? She was so great because she could take a joke. You know what I'm saying? Joan could take a joke. And one thing you got to know about working out in the public, people come up to you all the time and say, people say I look like you? I have a cousin who looks like you? You hear that really all the time. And it's amazing that there are that many people evidently look like you. And you look at them and you think, you don't look anything like me. But people say that all the time. So, after a show one night, this lady comes up to me. And she's like 800 pounds. She's huge. Now, you got to know that Joan has a phobia about her weight. She's a little bitty skinny lady, little bitty, tiny, comes out to my chin, maybe weighs like 95 pounds. Skinny little lady, but she was chubby as a child. She has a phobia about her weight. Well, this lady comes up to me, and no kidding, she says, I really enjoyed the show. I said, well, thanks very much. She said, you were great. She said, well, I was here to see Joan. I said, well, everybody else was too. Did you enjoy her? And she said, oh, it's been my dream for years to see her live, and I was so glad to see her. She said, people say I look like her. And something came over me at that point, and I said, you do, and you need to tell her. And she said, oh, I couldn't. I said, oh, you must. I said, I can get you backstage. And she's standing right back there with Dorothy, her road manager, and you need to tell her. She'll be shocked at the resemblance. And she said, are you sure? I said, I'm positive. Now I got to tell you, I knew that Joan would not be rude to her. I knew Joan wouldn't hurt her feelings. And so I'm definitely going to do this, right? And so I said, come on, I'll get you backstage. So I got her back there, and I said, she's right around the corner. I need to hop in my dressing room here for a minute, but you go right ahead. She said, are you sure? I said, I promise, it's fine. And so she goes around the corner, and I go and look, and I see her, she's huge, okay? And she walks, and I see Joan and Dorothy turn, and she walks up, and she's talking, and I could see Joan go, I see her say, people say, I look like you. And I could see Joan going, Yeah. And so I ran around the corner. As soon as I knew she had done it, I ran around the corner, and I tapped the lady on the shoulder. I said, Joan, they want you back. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not Joan. And the lady's like, see? But this was a period of my life that I had so much fun working with these people. And I was starting to get it. I was starting to figure out what was really funny at that point.